Medical disclaimer. The content of this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing discussed in this podcast should be taken as medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your physician or a qualified healthcare professional before starting any exercise program, diet, or supplementation.
Iron Insights episode 5, Taylor Foster.
Devicott.
We'll skip Jim for now.
Brandon Morrow.
So we do have a special guest. Brandon, if you want to introduce.
So we have here is the one and only Big Jim. That's what he goes by, the one and only. And
that's according to you.
According to me. That's how I introduce him to everybody.
People thinking I'm walking around like, look at me.
Big Jim.
But all right, so I guess, so we're actually recording now, right? We're jumping right into it. So this episode, first off, we want to start off by having Big Jim tell us a little bit about himself. And I guess we can dive in kind of like earlier on how you bodybuilded when you were younger, got away from it for a little bit while, and then you made a return to the stage recently within the past 2 years. Winning it overall, going into nationals, placing well but not winning, and now the goal this year is to get your pro card at the Masters. So I guess just talk about that from A to Z from the beginning. And
It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, I'll condense it. I mean, I'm from a big family. We got 7 brothers. It's about the age of 13. I was the size of an 8-year-old. And it's a true story. Mom took me to the doctor, and the doctor said, well, we can try growth or see what happens. Of course, back then, she's like, well, let's just see what happens. And the doctor looked at me and goes, well, you're not going to be as big as your brothers, so go home and start lifting weights. Started at 13, ran with it till I was about 23. Took a pause.
well, at that point, you did actually compete, right?
Yeah, I
when you were
did. I
younger.
did a couple shows. First show I did, I took 4th. That was an eye-opener. And then I took 2 first place. Kind of fell out of it. Life goes on. I just got back in about 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years. The year before last year's when you did your comeback show.
2.5 years, started working out again. Decided to do a show. Like Brandon said, we did well at that. Qualified for nationals.
Well, don't you say qualified, because qualified is a very vague term. Because sometimes even like the top 3, you won and over. So Jim came to me. I helped prepare him, and at that point, he knew he wanted to get back into competing. And really, you kind of had no expectations for yourself. You really you were kind of like, I just want to see how it goes. I want to see what happens. And then you started looking really good. I said, you might be surprised how well you do. And then we ended up going to a show in Delaware.
That was Harrisburg.
Or no, it was Harrisburg. Yeah. So we went to a show in Harrisburg, and then you actually ended up not only winning the Masters overall, but you actually won the overall. You won the whole show,
Right.
best in show. So that was like an eye opener for you. Like, oh wow, maybe I can actually take this somewhere. And then from there, you kind of set your sights on the pro card. And then following that was a show you did. It was the following year then, North Americans, correct?
Yeah, we did PA Muscle first, and then North Americans.
Yep.
PA Muscle was first, second, third. First over 50, second over 40, and third overall. And then we went to the Nationals, which another eye opener. No expectations going into it, but
You mean North Americans?
North Americans, yeah.
So what initially made you want to bodybuild, though? Because you said you were lifting from 13. Like, how did you get into the bodybuilding space?
No, I was a wrestler. Kind of goes with that territory there. But literally, when the doctor said, "I'm gonna lift weights, you're not gonna be as big as your brothers," which they're all basically, I'm 5'5", and they're all pushing, they're 6 foot or better. So that pretty much put the nail in the coffin with that one. And once I got into it, it was addictive, like we all know, it gets addictive. So back then, it was Gold's Gym, and just a feeling to get in there every day and doing what you do when you get in there. It was an addiction that I'm glad I jumped back into. gives me that same fire when I was that age. You know, so I mean, it's like we all know. Once you get bit, you're kind of stuck with it.
Yeah, it's very addicting.
Bit by the bug.
Yeah. So how did you two meet?
So I was coaching and taking on clients at a gym at the time that you were going to,
Yep.
and then you were planning on doing a show, and then at some point you ended up approaching me for coaching.
Yeah, I saw where you were going. The person who was coaching me at the time, just I could see I wasn't really going to go too far. So how you placed in Pennsylvania, and I saw you change in the gym, so I was like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. So that's where we kind of at that point just kind of rolled where we are now.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely important to have somebody that has some skin in the game.
Yeah.
Knows what they're
100%. Yeah, communication and now Brandon knows. I mean, basically how I'll react. So I think this upcoming year is going to be pretty promising.
It's gonna be a good year for all of us
Yeah.
Yeah.
in different ways. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm stoked. So as far as plans for this year,
Plans for this year is going to be PA Muscle, and then hopefully qualify for North America.
so August to September.
Try to take it all the way and see where we go. I mean, the Masters is it's a little more. I don't want to say easier than what you guys got to do, but on the same token, it's.
I think a lot of people would assume that it's easier. I think a lot of people hear, oh, Masters, and they assume, oh, it's the older guys. It's not as competitive as the Open. But I think you would be really surprised once you get to that national scene with the Masters competitors. And I've seen both. I mean, you can go to a local show, a state level show, and you could look at the Masters and be like, oh, there's really not much competition here. Or I've been to state level shows where the Masters are like out of this world good. And a lot of the guys that are winning the Masters are the ones winning the whole show. But then when you go to a national pro level in Masters, these guys are good. They're no joke.
Totally different.
Yeah.
100%.
It's a total eye opener. I mean, those guys are no joke. These are guys that have a lot of skin in the game, and they've been doing it for decades. And hard as nails, amazing conditioning, and just super put together. So I think it's really admirable to be able to go pro as a Masters in today's day and age because it's so competitive, contrary to what people might assume. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compared to other sports, I would say, where maybe for sure, like you're past your prime once you're past a certain age. With bodybuilding, that's not always the case, especially with someone like Jim, who had a long time off. So you're still very fresh and new to this again, getting back into it. So there's a lot of room for growth.
Yeah, for sure. It's exciting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
I remember whenever I saw the Masters at North Americans last year, you sent me pictures, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, I was
there's some big boys, and
was not
and
expecting that.
Amazing part, even the 60-year-olds was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
you can still run with it even at 60. There's some guys that totally make 30-year-olds look pathetic.
Oh, it's true.
There was a few there that I was like, God damn, 60s.
I mean, you could argue some of the Masters guys are the most conditioned guys in the show, for sure, at a lot of shows. Like I said, they have that time in the gym, great muscle maturity. They're super disciplined. They know what they want, and they're going for it. At that point, you're very decisive in what you want to do, especially at that age if you're going to compete. So it's serious.
Yeah. I like what you said about getting the itch. Like, I mean, I know all of us know what that feeling is, but there's it's hard to describe. But because I know for me, ever since I started lifting, the same exact thing. Like, you just know, you just want to do that for. It's hard to get away from. It's like, bless you.
Thank you.
What what was the reason for your break? It's life.
Life, yeah. Got married. Got a boy that I watched grow up and grew up to the point where I'm like, okay, I think I can get back in this now and not, I guess spend a little more time on me.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So something I want to ask you about, which is something I didn't even know about you initially, but I ended up learning later on and getting to know you better.
My lifts and my shoes.
Not just that. So kind of like one of the things actually, I think what's interesting about everyone here is we're all self-employed, and we're all entrepreneurs. So I think that's definitely a segment in this podcast that we kind of appeal to people that do similar things, and kind of self-motivated, and we're all building businesses in different areas. And I guess you have an HVAC business now, but even before that, you owned a sporting goods store, and that was something kind of cool that I didn't know about you that I learned about. It was interesting. Do you want to talk about how you got into that, and then how you transferred from that to HVAC? And
Well, I was doing the HVAC. I was still.
you still were back then.
Yeah, I was still just basically getting the business going there, and it was just by chance I walked into a local sporting goods store that was getting rid of all their fishing gear. They were just sticking strictly with archery and guns. And jokingly, I made a bid on everything that the guy had left on the stores, in the store. She had 60% off everything. He was just trying to liquidate it. I made him an offer of like $5,000 for $35,000 worth of stuff. He went over to the register and came back to me. He's like, okay. So basically, I took, I would say, half of that and eBayed it, which was good. And then a place down the road from me opened up, and I went, well, shit, the lake's right here. There's not a tackle shop around. There's one maybe 10 miles away. And I basically ran that over with, the wife, and kind of put our heads together, and she wrote a business plan, and it kind of just transpired from there. And that was 08.
You said for a while it was booming. Like it was real.
Yeah, no. When we opened up, it was 08. It was supposedly the recession, but fishermen don't know what a recession is because they're all laid off, so they're going to go fishing. So I mean, we were the first year we cracked it. I mean, it was really going. Made it through that winter. Went into the next season. It was doing pretty well, but going into the third, it was tough to do running the HVAC business and getting phone calls. I'm up in an attic and, hey, this guy wants this. Deal with it. So
you were doing both fully simultaneously.
Yeah, I would open up at 5:30 in the morning, wait until the help arrived at 8:30, 9 o'clock, go out, start an install, do an install, be back at the shop at 5:30, and close at 9:30. And that was 6 days a week.
Wow.
7 to 7, Sunday we'd be open till probably 6, I'd close. So yeah, it was pretty hectic, but it was an experience. If I knew our competition was closing down 3 months later, I probably would still have it.
How many years did you do that for? Like that schedule that you just said.
That ran for me 2 years easily. We did end up hiring some help that, part-time guys that would come in.
Yeah.
Kind of give me a break, which were good guys. But there was a point where it's like, how long can you do this?
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah. Nah, that's more like for somebody that's retired, or somebody that you don't make a lot of money in it whatsoever, unless you have the guns at home. But we didn't have that. We just had the fishing and hunting and stuff. But you don't make a lot of money, so it's more like for a retired guy that wants to sit and play checkers with his buddy and
check people out.
Yeah. So we basically just liquidated everything and closed up shop. That was.
And the whole time you had your own HVAC thing going? Or?
Yeah, that's basically when I just started. So I started the HVAC business a year before we opened that shop.
Jeez.
So drop the sporting goods store and just strictly stick to the HVAC now, which is good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Interesting backgrounds.
Yeah, very. I feel like you have to go through that. I mean, I don't know what about you, but for me, I feel like I had to go through a period of time where I was working like that in order to almost free up my schedule beforehand.
Grind time.
Yeah, like it took me a solid year of where I was working, 70, 80 hours a week.
Oh yeah.
In order to get to that point where like, well, now I don't have to work as much. But I remember going through it, and like my wife Haley was like, at least weekly would say something to me about how much I'm working and how little time she's spending with me and everything else. Like, you just need to remember, like, it's not always going to be like this. Like, it just needs to be like this for a little while. It's like, it's hard. I mean, she didn't have the same vision I did necessarily, but I think it's hard for people to be able to kind of see that long-term goal if it's not theirs. So, but when you have that vision, I think it's easy to kind of sacrifice in the moment, knowing that it's going to pay off in the future.
Yeah.
But it's also different though when you're running your own business too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the bonus. No matter what.
Right.
You got to do the grind.
Absolutely.
Because you know what, you can actually just go. I'm gonna take tomorrow off, and I don't have to ask Mr. Pete or Tom or run it by anybody, and you can do that, and that's I think the bonus for all of us.
Right.
With that one.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know for me, like, I would never want to go back.
No, I would never go to work for somebody ever again.
Nah, it'd be too much of a pay cut.
Yo.
There's that, and just like trying to listen to somebody.
Yeah.
So another topic we can delve into while we're at it. Devik, do you want to explain that you just finished your cut? Now you're throwing some size back on. Can you explain to us how the cut went, the conclusion of the cut?
It's funny you bring this up.
Yeah.
Because it's not totally over just yet.
Oh, jeez.
So, I got the lowest I got down to before the holiday started was 227. That was my lowest weight.
How many calories are we talking?
I was on my off training days. I was only eating 1,800, and then on my training days, I was still only eating 23.
Whew. That's low.
So, and for me, for somebody who just does this as like a lifestyle, just to like be healthy, look good, and just like my biggest goal is obviously just always just be a big son of a bitch. Like that's always just my goal. To go through that as like just go through it for fun with like no end goal, like there's no goal. Like I was like battling, like what the fuck am I doing, man? Like why am I doing this to myself? But it's rewarding when you look at yourself and you're like, all right, yeah, like now I'm ready to put on lean muscle and do it the right way instead of doing like that dirty bulk and just eating everything and anything.
Yeah, it's a good reset, and it's important.
It is.
Just for self-control and discipline too, right? It's rewarding.
Yes.
Even if there's not a specific date on paper, I need to be in shape by this day, just seeing a process through, hey, I'm going to cut for X amount of time until I reach this.
Like up into the holidays, man, like I couldn't wait. Like Thanksgiving was a little rough for me because I was so strict with my diet that I really wasn't even able to enjoy Thanksgiving.
So you were really strict.
Yes.
See, because most people, unless they were competing in a show, they would not do that.
No, I would.
So you were all committed.
Yes. Like there were no cheat meals. There was no days where I was picking here, doing this.
But that's how you got to treat it, almost like a prep, even if it's not.
Yes.
If you really want to get the results.
And it was hard. Like it was hard. And then once I got to the point where it was like just a daily routine, I was like, this is like whatever. Like,
Get used to it.
I was just do it. Like just man up and do it. Like if that's where the self-discipline and the dedication comes into, like you got to just be mentally tough just to get over it, because if you do have that cheat meal, like you just set yourself back, you know what I mean, and you just loaded up on all them carbs, and that water weight's going to come on quick.
Yeah.
Because like once Christmas was here, right Christmas Eve, that Tuesday, I was 230 pounds. That Thursday morning, I was 248 pounds. I put on 18 pounds in fucking 3 days.
Did you binge kind of hard?
Bad. I ate everything and anything, man. Like it was.
So is that why you reintroduced the cut?
Yeah. That's
That's usually what happens.
Yes. After I sent my the guy who writes my program up, I sent him my pictures, and I told him how much I weighed. He was like, "All right." He goes, "Listen, man." He goes, "I know you were dieting for a while." He goes, "You enjoyed it. We're gonna reel it back a little bit now." He goes, "Not long." He goes, "Honestly, like just maybe like another 3 or 4 weeks, get some of that water weight and the glycogen off you, and then we'll just go from there." And fortunately, I sent out my pictures the other night, and right now I'm sitting. I woke up 239 today, so
it's a good middle ground.
Yeah. And he's like, dude, he goes, we don't really got to go much further. He goes, we'll just get you down maybe another couple pounds, and then we'll go from there. So, but I'm ready just to eat, man, and just blow the fuck up. Like, I just want to get big now. Like,
But you want to keep it cleaner this time around.
Yeah, much cleaner. Yeah, like I don't really care about having like I don't really need a defined, really cut up stomach. But as long as I have the outline there and I don't look sloppy and I don't have a thick midsection, then I'm good with that. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. I'm excited to introduce some things, and do some things a little differently this time around. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to
Is
it.
your scale accurate this time?
Oh,
Tell
yeah.
us, just tell the whole story.
Well, I mean, what were you saying you weighed? Like,
That last time that my scale was telling me at the time, I was like telling me I was 223, and like I was looking at myself.
and then what were you actually when you actually?
When I changed the scale,
What happened when you put your other foot on it?
dude, it was wild because like when I got on the scale, I was like sitting at 223, and I'm looking at myself. I'm like, dude, there ain't no way because I'm not even that peeled right now. Like I didn't have vascularity like that.
Well,
and
say
I'm
how
still-
tall you are too.
And I'm 6'5".
Okay, so he's 6'5". He was on a cut, and he's like telling us like, dude, I'm all the way down to 220.
Yeah,
We're like, dude, you're not 220.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I swear the scale says I'm 220. And like, we're positive you're not 220.
Yeah.
And then he finally gets what? You got an accurate scale?
I bought
You
a
bought a
new
new
scale.
scale, and you're like, oh shit, you're right. I'm not 220.
Yeah, when I got on that scale, I was 235. And you know what though? It was as funny and as a shock as that was. It was nice to see because then I knew like, all right, I still look like that at 235.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, maybe the muscle that I do have there's much more muscle there than I thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, well, now we're at a somewhat of a decent ground. But like I said, man, I'm ready to go this time. Like I'm ready to push the envelope a little bit here and do things a little differently. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's funny. You said you've never, like, when you're talking about your cut, how you're not necessarily cutting for like a bodybuilding show or anything. I've never done a cut other than for a prep.
Other than for a show.
Like, I've never in my, I don't even know if I would consider it, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
Why would you do that to yourself?
It wasn't fun, and then adding all the cardio. Like I was doing cardio 6 days a week at 45 minutes to an hour every day, and once I was even telling when I told him, he's like, dude, why don't you you might as well just do a fucking show. At that point, you're already doing it. But for me, I look at myself. I don't look at myself like I have the composition to do that. So like for me, it's like with how tall I am, like I would have to pack on so much size.
You'd have to weigh like 330.
Yeah, literally. And I know what that would take, and I'm
it's not worth it.
no, and I'm not willing to. Like I want to push the envelope a little bit, but I don't want to push 5 envelopes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the risk versus the reward is not at that point. It's not for me. For me to do that, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
I think it's good that you're not delusional about it, though.
No, I know for sure. I'm never stepping on stage. Like there are some people that you see that are in the gym. They're posing with their trunks on, and you're like, dude, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, confidence, man. The confidence is there.
But I don't know how.
I don't either.
Well, I don't want to say what I'm about to say.
No, you gotta say it now.
I was gonna say a little bit.
If it's not approved, it just gets cut out.
Well, there's a lot of delusion in modern bodybuilding culture. I don't have anyone in mind.
Right.
I'm just saying you
I just had like 5 people. Jim's
Jim's like, I have like a dozen. I mean, if we think about it, it's not hard to come up with the names, but
Yes.
but the point is like, and I'm not saying it in a disrespectful or demeaning way whatsoever. It's just that like actual bodybuilders are highly critical of themselves. Even when they look great, they don't think they look good. Even when they look amazing, they're like, oh, it's not my best. And that's kind of the mindset you need to be the best competitor. Or even if you're doing it just for your own sake, you kind of need to be critical if you want to bring the best out of yourself. Now, I don't mean overcritical to the point where you're never being proud of your accomplishments or you're demeaning yourself. I don't mean it in a negative sense. I just mean in a competitive sense, even if it's just with yourself. And you see a lot of people in the gym, we go to gyms with posing rooms. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you have to look amazing to check out your physique. Anyone can use it to check out their progress, right? But you see a lot of people that'll like come up and ask you questions. Hey, I'm thinking about doing a show. And you have to say, well, it looks like you're like a couple years out.
Yeah. And I mean, again, like, not to be rude, but like, I think it's important for people to understand that, again, bodybuilding is a sport, like NBA is a sport, basketball is a sport.
Yeah.
I'm not ever in my life ever going to consider myself to be an NBA player. It's like, but everybody thinks they can be a pro bodybuilder.
See, and that's where I think
That is, yeah.
And like,
in situations like that, though, and this is the problem with this generation and this culture, they need to hear that rudeness, though. Like, because at the end of the day, if I came to you and I was like, yo, I'm thinking about doing a show, and I looked that bad, I would want you to tell me that. I would rather you be honest with me than tell me that, you know what, man, let's do that. Let's get you prepped. And I already look like I'm 4 years out. And you put me on stage, you make me look like a fool.
Right, but I can tell that to you without being rude.
Yeah,
like,
but
I agree with you.
Well, I'm saying, like, have Taylor, I'm sure you've had someone approach you. Hey, I'm thinking about competing. They're probably like they're probably like 30% body fat, and like they're like don't have a ton of size, and like they've only been lifting like 6 months to a year, and like you take them seriously, and you say, okay, well, how long of a cut do you plan on doing? Oh, like 12 weeks. I don't know if it's gonna work. And then it's like, well, how many days a week do you train? Well, you find out these people are like going out and drinking on the weekends. They're like having too many cheat meals. They don't even have structured diet. If you ask them how many calories they're eating, they can't even tell you.
Right.
And it's like, maybe you got to pump the brakes, reassess yourself. Not saying you can't get there. You definitely can, but there's steps to this, right? And there's nothing wrong with being honest about this is hard and there are steps to this, just like there is anything else in life. So it's honestly, it is a little disrespectful to the people that actually do it.
I think it's very disrespectful.
And have done the steps. It's just like Taylor said. It's like us going to play a game of horse on a basketball court. I missed 3 out of 5 shots. Then I say I'm going to go up, try to play for the NBA. I think I can do it. I can get good. Just give me a few months.
Listen, man, I played basketball all the way up through I was a kid, all the way up to playing varsity basketball. I played varsity as a freshman. I knew I wasn't going to the NBA. I just knew that. Like, and I accepted that. Like, and that's the problem, though. Like, and that goes back to, like, even with the confidence, there's a difference between being confident, like you said, there's confidence and there's delusion. And
You see a lot.
I think more people are more delusional than it is confidence, because, like, even me personally, like, how I look at my physique, I look at myself so critical sometimes, and I'm never stepping on stage, that I won't wear certain things to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, you're never going to see me walk around in a stringer tank top, ever. I'm never doing it. But you will see a kid that weighs 135 pounds walking around with a stringer tank top on, and his shorts are tucked all the way up to his legs, and his legs look like my forearms. It's like, dude, what are we doing? Like, why are we doing that? And it comes back to people are too soft, and nobody's telling them what they need to hear. They're telling them what they want to hear. People need to start hearing more what they need to hear, and maybe it'll put people in check more. That's how I feel.
Taylor, what are your thoughts on that?
I agree to a point. It's like, because I can't remember how much I weighed, but I wore stringers before I hit 200 pounds. So, like, I can't say too much. I was probably like one.
There's nothing all right. Like, say just because someone dresses in the gym a certain way, like maybe what they have achieved is certainly not a bodybuilder standard, but for them it's good,
Right?
And for them it's progress. And that's not what I mean at all. I'm not putting down anyone like that. I think that's very admirable, and everybody should be proud of their individual progress. I'm talking about the person that's considering competing when they simply have not put enough time in to get themselves there. And it's not to say that you can't do it. It's not to say that you won't get there. You will if you want it bad enough. But it's like I said before, there are steps, and it's a little delusional to think you can just skip the steps and just end up there. Just because you have cool gym sneakers and you wear the latest, greatest brand of bodybuilding apparel. Well, that's not bodybuilding. The bodybuilding is the training and the eating, not for days, weeks, and months, but months, years, and decades.
Yeah.
And that's how bodybuilding's done. And I think some people need to swallow that pill.
Yep. I think that sums it up really well. It's like anything. It's literally like anything else. So you cannot expect to be good when you haven't.
It's just like the people who fall for these scams online, like get rich quick schemes.
Yeah.
I can teach you how to build 6-figure business in 2 weeks if you take my course. Really? Okay.
Why isn't everybody that?
Exactly. Well, if it was that easy, why doesn't everyone just do it?
Exactly.
And it happens that fast. And then in reality, it's delusional to think that. Yeah. Right?
Hopeful, maybe, but delusional.
And I'm not saying you shouldn't be like, believe in yourself and have faith in yourself and push towards a goal and believe in yourself, but like, there's a difference between that and delusion. And delusion is in a sense arrogant because you're just assuming it's going to happen without putting the steps forth necessary for it to happen.
Right.
It's the arrogance that I don't have patience for. And you could.
I think that's what we mean. It's when
Yes.
people are arrogant about it.
Yes.
That's when it's a little.
Yes. Those are the people that you need to be rude to. Those are the ones. Like I want to backtrack a little bit on what I said. I don't want to say like you can't wear what you want to wear to the gym. Like you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah.
But it goes like with what you just said. You nailed it. Arrogance, and you can read someone by the way they walk around.
Yes.
And their demeanor, where you're like, this dude thinks that he's that guy, and dude, you're not him, dude, you're not even close to that guy. And like, I don't know, man. Like me personally, I don't have patience for that. Like, yeah, well, I'm not gonna be a jerk and go out of my way to say something rude and disrespectful to him. But I mean, if push comes to shove, and you gotta say something,
Or if they come up and ask you.
If they come up and ask me, but if they ask me in a
let
respectful way, that's one thing. But if you come up to me and you want to get arrogant, like, you're not going to want to hear what I got to say.
Big Jim, what are your thoughts on this?
I got no thoughts on it. Nobody wants to hear my thoughts.
His thoughts are probably worse than mine.
I know exactly what both you guys are saying. I mean, I just put my earphones in and ignore the majority of it. The ones that I have
It's good strategy.
no patience for are the posers. The guys that come up and literally, I'll be working out, they'll be posing right here. And it's like, dude, stop.
So he means posers figuratively and literally, and literally.
Yeah,
Posers.
yeah, that's because like I said, they're nowhere near. I mean, it's bantamweight and I don't know, SpaghettiOs and ding dongs. They're ready to roll, and that's just. So, like I said, earphones and just ignore. That's the way I feel about it.
I like that.
That's my thoughts.
I like that.
Let's go to T-shirt right there.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, the posing stuff is annoying when it's like on the gym floor right next to
And then they do it in between every set.
Yeah.
And like I said, and again, it's nothing against the Greek shop. It's like a Greek gay bathhouse half the time. Like taking their shirts off, and there's like 5 of them up there all rubbing up against each other. You gotta just kind of, I don't know.
You know what one of my pet peeves is? Have you ever seen when like someone's giving like someone's doing like posing coaching, right? Which is great. But then like the person doing the coaching actually looks really good and is like a competitor or something, has experience. And then their client is someone that looks like they might be, a couple years out, like we said. And they like make them, they don't pose in a posing room. They pose in the middle of the gym that's packed. And then the person that looks great, the coach, will take off their shirt to better display the poses next to the person that looks like they're 2 years out. Yeah. And it's like, it's almost demeaning. It's like they're hazing them. And when I see that, I'm like, dude, like just people that aren't in shape. It's like, to me, it's a bit strange. I mean, I get it if the person wants to expose themselves in that sense, but if I'm out of shape, especially if I'm posing in general, I'm going to do it in like a professional setting. I'm not going to like...
The posing room.
Yeah. Unless it's taken or you're in a gym without one. But still, go to the corner or something. Right. Don't go like the middle of the place where you're going to get the most eyeballs. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like...
But it's not even that. It's like when someone that's totally out of shape is made to do it.
Yeah.
As like a responsible like coach, I'm like, don't you think it's a little demeaning, a little embarrassing? Yeah. Like unless... You know what I mean, right?
I do. I don't know if I've personally ever seen that happen, but I would definitely...
I've seen it a handful of times.
If I see it happen, I would kind of just shake my head. Like I wouldn't... Don't know if I'd understand it, like why, what the purpose there really would be. Other than to kind of make what you said, make the posing coach look good.
Well, exactly. Make a spectacle of yourself, and then it's all like your client's out of shape. It's like, don't do this to them. Like, don't do this to the poor guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we went pretty deep right off the bat there.
Yeah, that was good. So what happened to your finger?
This morning, the camera, you see that, it's wrapped up in a Band-Aid pretty heavily. I was like cutting my chicken for my meals with the meat scissors,
Oh, jeez.
and I snipped the tip of it.
Oh, no,
and it would not stop bleeding for hours, literally hours, all morning until I left for work. It was just bleeding nonstop, and I kept
piece of your finger off.
a decent chunk, yeah. And I had to like putting a towel over it, and it's just like a blood soaked towel. Like there's like it would keep bleeding, and I was like, all right, I got to wrap this thing up. It's not gonna stop bleeding on its own.
So it finally stopped, obviously.
That's pretty bloody inside the Band-Aid still. It's still coming out a little. I think it's still pressing itself out a little bit. No, I think it's healed up by now. I'll probably bleed to death on the ride home.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does work.
it does work.
You said super glue?
Dangers of meal prep.
Meal prep could be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Got to be sharp. No pun intended.
Oh man. So one of the other things I've mentioned to you earlier in the week when we were training legs, it goes along with what we were saying just right a bit ago. But people that think they're hardcore but like really like aren't.
There's all.
So this is one thing I see a lot in the gym. People fake failure training.
There's that.
It's a very real thing. Like you'll see people, they want to give the illusion that they're training hard and they're going to failure by like grunting or making excessive noise and stuff. But then you can see and you can tell, like, wait, you could have done a lot more. Like you weren't actually pushing that hard. It was almost as if you were presenting the illusion of you pushing as hard as you can, kind of more for show. And like it's almost like you're just trying to please yourself.
Right.
And some people, I don't think they understand the difference.
I was gonna say two things from that. Number one, yeah, I'm wondering like the amount of people that actually like don't know where that failure line is.
There are probably some people that don't understand how far you can take it because, like we discussed before in another episode, like it's a very mental too. It's not just purely physical. It depends on the mindset you're in. A lot of people aren't willing to put themselves in that discomfort, and a lot of that's mental. But yeah, I mean, people definitely give off that illusion, and it's like you said, it's like fake hardcore. Mm-hmm. It's like the screaming, the grunting, the slamming without the actual effort.
Right.
Yeah, I can't stand that.
If there's true effort there, like
it's okay. I'm not against grunting or slamming or anything at all, but I'm saying like
it's
a lot of
effort that really
it's the fake effort.
Because you it's the same thing as what you were saying earlier. You can tell when someone's not.
You can read their body language and you can see if it's real struggle or not.
Yeah, they finish with their set and they're just like they're not out of breath or like just kind of whatever, like just finish. And it's like no, if you were actually struggling with that set as much as you were making it out, that seemed like you would not just be like breathing normal and walking around.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves. And it's like I don't know necessarily why. I think I would just take it almost too personal, to be honest. But like the people that will tell you how hard they're working and tell you how many meals they ate that day and tell you how many sets they're doing and everything else, and it's like I don't care.
Well, it's like if you have to go out of your way to tell somebody,
Right,
you're probably
like-
not really doing it.
Right.
It's just like, have you ever had someone approach you, like talk about money? Like they try to tell you how much money they made and you didn't even ask.
Right.
That's like a telltale sign that you don't have money. Because anyone that actually has it more than likely will not speak about it unprompted. Like
Or really,
just randomly.
Or really looking for attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the two.
A lot of those.
Yes. And that's kind of what I think it is with the same thing with the.
You're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And that goes down to like, we can go deeper into that. It's like, it's kind of insulting to the people that do it for the right reasons because you're missing the point. Like a lot of it is like about the effort for yourself, the self-development and like being the best version of you versus some people when they go to the gym, it's not really, are they in it for them or are they in it for who around me is going to notice this and give me notoriety? And like sometimes, dude, some of the hardest sets I've ever done were in a freaking empty room by myself. And those are some of my best moments.
For
like,
sure.
because that's when you really level up.
I think that's why I take it personal, though.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I could see that.
Yeah. No, it's just it gets under my skin.
Big Jim, what are your thoughts on this? I can tell that things are moving up here. He's just not, there's no dialogue.
He's keeping himself reserved.
You're just gonna edit it.
You're being too reserved. Just
We
we,
can edit
we
if
can
we
always
have to.
edit it. Just say
Yeah, I
it.
mean, I get it 100%. I mean, screaming and yelling, and you got a 25-pound plate on that pendulum squat machine, and you're screaming like you got 200 pounds on and repping it out. It's like you said, fake. I just, like I said, earbuds in and tune everybody out.
Yeah.
And that's how I get.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, it's the only.
It's the best thing to do. Yeah.
I mean, to tell you the truth, I can handle that. Or the dude that just screamed and yelled and worked away to failure, and then jumps on his phone and starts texting like it's like, dude, you shouldn't have brain cells to be able to. You can grab your phone and maybe look at it to change a tune, but don't paragraph somebody like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like when we train, like today, we trained back before coming here. I just left my phone in my backpack. If I'm listening to music, I'll have it on me.
Yeah.
If I want to change a song or something. But like the point is, you're in a dialed-in focus. You really don't have time for outward distractions.
I actually have to. I'll admit, I have to actually get better with that myself. To be honest with you,
A lot of people do.
I'll catch myself doing just that habit. It's not even that I'm looking for something or like I have something in my head that I'm looking to do. It's just that habit.
It's just to kill dead time,
Yes.
like when you rest periods.
If I feel like
phone
somebody,
should sit down
if
like
I feel
that,
like
like
somebody's coming up to start to talk to me in the middle
That's-
of
yeah,
this,
that's the-
I grab.
That's
my
the
phone
only time it's
fast
good. That makes sense.
And pretend like I'm busy with it.
Yeah.
That's. And I don't want to sound like what's that called? Invert, but I just don't want to be bothered. You know?
Introvert?
Introvert.
We were there for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's
and
the thing,
a lot
yeah.
of people aren't there for.
No,
they're
it's a
there- they're
social
there-
club for them.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a gathering.
Which again is like fine, but then don't bother the people that aren't there for that reason. Like,
Yes.
because one of my again like pet peeves, I guess you could call it, again, like something I take real personal, is the people that come up to me or like want to ask for advice, but they're not really asking for advice to ask for advice. They want to ask you a question so then they can tell you what they're doing, and then just basically try to justify what they're doing. Like, they don't really actually care what you have to say. They're just trying to justify whatever they're trying. Like, you know what I mean?
I know exactly.
I know exactly what you
It
mean.
drives me nuts. Like,
There's like a term for it, I think.
I'm sure
but
there
I
is.
can't think of what it is right now.
But, like, why'd you even like? Because now you're taking my time while I'm trying to train. I'm trying to actually help you.
Yeah.
And it's getting literally nowhere.
Hey.
So that's definitely like if you want my advice, I'm more than happy to give it. But then actually like be respectful about taking it. If you,
Yeah, it's misleading.
I think almost too sometimes you can even read who wants to help.
well, you can definitely tell.
And just you don't have to say a word to me.
No.
I just look at you and be like, you know what,
It's
you're
how-
gonna actually listen to me, versus I can look at you like this motherfucker ain't gonna listen to a word I gotta
Nope.
say.
It's just how they approach you, like how they look, how they ask. There's just so much that you can just tell about a person that's like authentically wanting help.
Yeah.
And like wanting to better themselves versus the person that comes up to you that's like, I don't really care what you have to say. I just want to talk, like justify what I'm doing. Like, all I'll say is that, and I've thought about this before. The people that I've given advice to and just like literally did not do a single thing I've said or listen to me. If me right now told me 10 years ago to eat dog shit to get bigger, I'd probably do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like if someone that looked like me came up to me in the gym and was like to give me advice, like I would be extremely grateful for that.
I'll tell you what, the knowledge that is out today and the people and the things that people know today, I wish when I was in my early 20s I had that access. Because
Especially
like,
for
Jesus.
like now, like when I was
Couldn't even
when I
imagine.
was in my early 20s, man, like I didn't, even the people that I was lifting around, like I didn't surround myself with people who actually looked good. They were just strong. Like they were just strong dudes.
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's not, but their goal was a lot different. Like they were just powerlifters. They just wanted to be strong, you know. Like, and I actually that's why I pulled myself away from that because I didn't want to just be strong. I wanted to look good and be strong. So I had to surround myself with people who were like that, and that's when I started gaining the knowledge that I did as I was getting older. Like, and I'm not by no means am I a fucking old man, but you know, I mean, I'm not saying that, but it's like I wish I would have known or had the access that I do now versus then.
And you know what I think is really cool, and I've noticed this like multiple places I've gone. I'm sure this is similar for you guys. Like the group that we have been able to find at the gym we go to, I think is pretty impressive.
We have a very solid core group of men.
And I think it comes, like, you guys can put your input on this because I want to hear it, but I think it comes down to when you're being, like, serious about chasing your goals and, like, you're doing what you want to do, and, like, I think the right people find you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I think whenever you're authentic and you, like, are doing things for the right reason, like, other people that are similar will align with you naturally.
Real people will find real people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, absolutely, I agree with that 100%. I can even say that, like when I first met you, for example. When I first met you, you know what I mean? It was honestly probably like my first or second week of Powerhouse. I saw you and I was like, look at this motherfucker. Dude. I was like, this dude's fucking huge, bro. And
I wasn't even that big then.
Yeah, but you still were a big dude. You know what I mean? Especially in comparison to everybody else in the gym. Like like that's why I asked you. I even asked you for help because that's when my shoulder was bothering me. You know what I mean? And I was like, this dude has to know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? Because like, look at him. Like, you know. So, I do believe that if you have goals in your life, you need to surround yourself with the right kind of people. And if you don't do that, you're honestly just setting yourself up for failure. You ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah. I don't necessarily try to. I don't try to necessarily like cut people out, so to say, but I definitely try to minimize interaction with people that either definitely people that drain, but other people that don't share the same type of mindset primarily, because the mindset can be applied to anything. It's not just I'm not just friends with bodybuilders. I'm not just friends with people that, I mean, everybody that I'm friends with goes to the gym, but that's not the only reason I'm friends with them. Like, there's a certain mindset behind the people that I associate with, and it's because it's similar to mine on life and training and everything else.
100%.
Yeah, for me, I mean, honestly, it's like me going back to when I was a kid. You guys almost are like the older guys to me. That's why I think I click with you. Because I'll give it to you, you're way more knowledgeable than I am. Me being just jumping back in. So it's easy for me to like go to you, Brandon, talk to Devick, one or two other people at Powerhouse. I mean, there's
not many.
Yeah, it's like, it's just, you just know who you can talk to, who's being serious and just who's, they're just there,
Right.
I mean, it's a Gold's Gym was a thing back in my day, and you had to be, I guess you had to earn respect from the guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And give the same respect. And to me, that's kind of like how this is right now with, you guys. And since I was afraid of you when I told Brandon introduced, like Devick said, because you're just walking around like,
I mean, look at him.
pulling a China shop.
Yeah.
But, it's definitely not a clique, but, it's just certain people that you can talk to and bullshit, and you're going to get your workout in and get good advice as opposed to
people that genuinely want to help you too.
Yeah.
No, and I think it's important to find that, like, regardless of where you are, what you're doing, like, and that kind of comes back to what I was saying initially. Like, if you're on that path, like, you might be alone at the point, but like the right people will find you. Is kind of what I'm trying to say. Because like I feel like I was, for a period of time, like I didn't have like this good group of core like gym friends until like, I might have one or two, like on and off as I came up.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually have a good group of guys like it is now until, I mean, like we probably the last 2 years really.
2 years, I would say. Yeah.
So your people will find you. Just just keep doing what you need to do, and keep your head down. It'll happen eventually. I remember I did not know your humor whenever I first met you.
A lot of people still don't.
It took
if you don't know him and you don't know how he is, dude.
It took Haley a while. She would always be asking me was he joking?
But I mean, come on, I got a few years on everybody, so I guess it's a little.
But I remember the first time you came to me, and I can't remember exactly what you said. It was something along the lines of like, "You're friends with Brandon. Brandon said you're cool, so I can be friends with you."
Yeah, I did say it.
And I was just like, all right, nice to meet you
that's,
too.
Yeah, that's when I think Brandon introduced us in. Yeah.
But you know what though, that goes hand in hand again, because like Jim being who he is, or even just all of us in general being who we are. If I didn't know Brandon and you told me that Brandon was a good dude, I'm going to take your word for it. You know what I mean? Because I know how you are. I know who you are. I know what you're about. So if you okayed him, he's got to be a good dude. You know what I mean? You don't have to say anymore. You don't even have to convince me.
That's a really good point. Yeah, and no. Well said.
But then, and I know this is such a cliche saying too. Like, if we didn't know each other, like we walked into a gym, like let's say we were all in like we were out in some room. Listen.
No, I don't mean to laugh at you.
No, it's true though. Like one of the things is like everybody always says a lion knows a lion.
Yeah.
You walk in a room, you could be like, all right, you know that he's a real one. Yeah, he's another one. He's not. You know what I mean? He's not. But you know, you just sense it, man. You just sense it. It's not hard. You know what I mean? You could read people well.
I was laughing because Big Jim like looked down at his hand. And it looked like a claw. It was like stuck like this. You're like, it's like he had to like unfold his fingers.
Gotta get the water in there, man.
Yeah.
So pumped from training back, his hand stuck like this.
I was initially going to say something about like tips for new people because of January, but you can do that. That would take way too long.
We could say that. I think that would be a good one for like a whole. You probably honestly, we could probably ramble about that for like 35, 45 minutes.
That's what I mean.
What about New Year's stuff?
Yeah, I'm not in a bashing way.
No, yeah, definitely not a bashing. I would say
Because I'll never bash anybody for once to start wanting to do it.
What's a good finisher topic?
All right, so going back to the people that are hardcore, I have a certain amount of respect for you for not actually being on Instagram or like social media in general, because like you can like
I can agree.
kind of back to like saying about same thing. I mean, you have one, but like it's pretty recent.
Yeah, well, 15 posts.
He posts more stories than anything, and even if he barely does that.
But like nowadays, people don't lift because they want to lift. People lift because they want to post shit online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think there's a certain level of like appreciation you should have for someone like Brandon or like Jim before you got one. Not like it really matters.
But see, the thing with especially Brandon is Brandon should be the one.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a certain level of appreciation there because he's doing it for no reason other than because he loves it.
Yes.
And that's how it should be.
Yes.
And again, like that's like when it comes down like the people that are hardcore are gonna be the people that actually are doing it because they love it.
Yeah.
Not because they are trying to prove something or post something on social media. Like you're like what you said earlier, your sets when you're in an empty gym by yourself are gonna be some of your best sets.
Yeah.
Nobody else will ever know about. It doesn't matter because you know about them.
Yep.
Yeah, first off, I appreciate you guys saying that.
You're welcome.
Second off, yeah, I think, and don't get me wrong, I definitely, I need to use social media, I should, and that's one of my New Year's resolutions I need to get up on. But the main reason I want to use it is, first and foremost, as an athlete, as a professional athlete, and as a business.
You have to.
Because a lot of what I do, for those of you that don't know, I do like nutrition and training coaching, remote and in person, and that's something I've done, for a living for a long time now. And I mean, a lot of it's just been from word of mouth, people getting good results to me, talking to someone else, they talk to their friends. I have a lot of clients I've been working with for years, nonstop. I have some people that come and go. And I tell them almost treat it like a semester, right? You learn so much, you take off on your own, you use it. When you want to learn more, come back, let's do it again. You know what I mean? So I'm fortunate where I have a lot of consistent people, and that's what I've been working with. But for me to take it to the next level, which I want to, social media is a huge key for that, and it's a huge advantage, which is why I'm interested in using it. The reason I've strayed away from it for so long, for the most part, is because I think in general it's very disingenuous collectively. And I've always thought it was so bizarre to see like, I guess one of the best examples I can give is like, I've seen people like put posts up of like a pet on social media. And then when you go to their house in real life, it's like a dog that lives in a cage for 90% of the day. Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm not like, judging people for how they are with their animals or anything, but I'm saying like anyone that knows me in real life knows that I have a dog that passed away almost 3 years ago now. He was 14 years old, and that was like my life. If you knew me, you knew him. And he was like such a big part of my life. And to me, it's like, it's not on social media, but it was so special and significant in my life, but it was real.
Yeah.
we did everything together. We went everywhere together. We spent every moment together all the time. And you see, like, some of the worst relationships are the ones that post obsessively online. And if anyone knows them in real life, they're like, "Oh, that's bad." Like, and like I said, I'm not saying that's a definite. I'm not saying that's a case for everybody. It's probably not, but I would bet a lot that it is for most people. And I feel social media is really a point for overcompensation. People that don't have a lot of money want to make it look like they have money. People that are in unhappy relationships want to make it look like they're in a happy one. People that are bad to their pets want to look like they're good to their pets. People that have a terrible relationship with their father will post a Father's Day post, going grabbing lunch with their dad. And I think all of it's disingenuous. And I don't think anyone can prove me wrong on that, to be honest. And I hate that in today's day and age, you see a lot of mental health issues, a lot of fear of missing out, a lot of issues arising from the standard of, hey, your life's not really happening if you're not posting it. I'm totally 110% against that. I'm totally against that mindset. I'm totally against anyone that preaches otherwise, because I think a person that's real and genuine, first and foremost, you have to find value and joy and love in the real world right in front of you. Real friendships, real family, real connections, real passions. And that's not something you can replicate online. Yet it seems with a lot of people, that's all they're trying to do in today's day and age, is give that illusion. And it's an illusion. So when you do see me on social media, it might be a little bit of personal stuff here and there, because people are weirdos and they like to see that for some reason.
People are weird.
But to be frank, it's going to be more professional. What I do, how can I help you? How can I motivate you and inspire you? But I don't like it when people overcompensate by putting their personal life out there too much. And I think it's a strange standard that we have in today's world. And again, I'm not trying to shame anyone that does that, because it is normal. But I'm just not a fan of it. And, especially me growing up and being so passionate about lifting weights and just the development I got out of it, mentally, physically, spiritually, like, and just kind of at a young age, knowing the man I wanted to become and literally taking the tools to make that happen, doing it in real time. That was something so special to me, and it was so intrinsic. And I think it's like, now, like you guys said, am I one of the people that should be posting? Probably, yeah.
100%.
But also, part of me is, even if I missed out on some opportunities and some money, it's not too late. I can capitalize on all that now. I don't regret it, because I've loved the journey in solitude. I've loved a lot of the moments that were just between me and God himself. And like I said, some of my best workouts, some of my best PRs, deadlifting 500 for 20 in one set the first time, doing just like some of my best feats of strength that took every ounce of, effort I had in my soul, were done in complete solitude. And I don't think there's anything more badass than that.
No, not at all.
And so yeah, that's my take on it. I went off pretty deep there, but
I like it.
but it's
No, I
true.
agree
It's
with what you
it's
said.
totally true. And I think if most people, reflected on themselves, they would agree with me. And it just shows like how deceiving it can be. And I don't like how everyone's comparing themselves to other people. I think it's very toxic and it's unrealistic. And a lot of the things you're comparing yourself to aren't even real.
Right.
So, I mean, look, they have AI influencers now, right?
Dude.
It's off the chain, man. But like I said, a conversation I had with a good friend of mine was, social media, from a business perspective, is a necessary evil. Because it does give you an advantage in terms of exposure, in terms of business opportunities, and just reach, just the amount of people, and marketing and stuff. But then there are very dark aspects to it, and I think it's important to recognize those and set boundaries. And I even when I did use it shortly following like my last show, I made like a very strict schedule. Like, this is not something I do all day every day. I treat it like a job. I go on once a day, I interact with people, I make one post, I shut it out. And that's what I'm going to continue to do going forward when I start implementing it again. I don't think it's something, it's not good that people are addicted to it. They're on it all day long. And listen, if you're using it to gather information, to keep in touch with people, To do something positive, I'm not opposed to that. And I'm not saying that it's entirely negative. There are some good aspects to it. But what I'm saying is, like, when you're going on and you're just doing brain rot, you're just looking at the most random garbage that's never going to add any value to your life. It's purely there for entertainment and short-lived addiction.
Some of it is entertaining.
Oh, some of it is
Yeah,
funny. Some of it is funny.
Jim sends me some pretty funny stuff.
It's a game of tennis, you know?
True.
Back and forth.
True.
But yeah, but that's my point. I hope some people can relate to that. I hope, even if you disagree with me, I hope at least you give it a thought for yourself and kind of take a step back and analyze it from a broader perspective. What do you guys think?
I agree pretty much 100%. It's why I always wanted to do what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Because there's a degree of authenticity here that you can't fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and I think that's why people will like this, because like, I don't want to edit this much. Like, I want to try to keep like as much of this as we can. Other than, like the little things that need edited. But I think that people will appreciate like the realness of it in a way.
Yeah.
And I pretty much agree with everything you said.
If I didn't have to have social media, like, in order to help my business,
You would.
I would honestly love to get rid of it.
Same.
I had this thought today, because like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I catch myself on like my days when I don't have much going on. It is very easy to just take your phone and get caught up in scrolling. And one of the biggest thieves of joy is comparison. And when you see other people and you see what they're doing, and like you're having even just a little bit of lapse or like in your own confidence, and you are starting to question yourself, and you see somebody else that is like, they're putting it out there, and like you said, a lot of times that's not even the life that they're living, but that's the life that they're putting out there that they're living.
Yeah.
So you visually see that that's what's going on. So that's where the comparison comes in, and that's where the thief of joy comes in. So then you get yourself caught up in falling trapped to, man, I'm not fucking there, boy. What am I doing? Like,
Yeah.
where am I at?
And on the other end, like, to play devil's advocate, I 100% agree with you. But I'm saying there are like aspects, like maybe if someone clicks on my page, like when I grow it, or Taylor's page now, like, you can gain motivation or knowledge from us. That's not a waste of time. That's something good. And maybe you're not as big as me or Taylor, but you can be, and you can get there, and we can help you. And so something like that, I think, is a good example of how it can be used.
Yes.
You know, I might click on one of my favorite bodybuilders' pages, and I gain motivation from him. And I'm not where he is, but I want to be, and I know I can be. So that's motivating. Maybe I'll click on one of my favorite entrepreneurs' pages, and he has, you know, a lot of financial success. I want to get there. I'm going to get there. I don't look at it and envy it. I think, well, if he can do it, so can I.
Absolutely.
I think that's a positive component.
I think that's a really good point to make and
Yeah.
mindset to have.
Exactly. But I also think it's important to look up to certain people for motivation, inspiration, and something you can model certain things in your life after. But it's important to understand the main character in your life is you, your friends, your family, the people in your community. The main characters in your life should not be figures on your phone, because that's not real. And I think stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are under the illusion, you know, I need to contact the #1 bodybuilder in the world for coaching. Start off with the biggest guy at your gym,
Right.
because that's the biggest guy you know in real life.
Yeah.
If this phone didn't exist, you wouldn't know there was any bigger.
You don't even know
Give credit to those around you.
Back in the day, that's how it had to be.
Yeah.
You had to meet somebody in person.
And that's a
Actually ask
good
them
thing.
to
That's an
come.
organic interaction.
Yeah.
Don't look at the face on the TV that's telling you what you want to hear. That's not your guy. Your guy is the one who's there for you and shows it.
and you don't even know who's behind the phone.
You don't.
Like, is it that guy? Probably not.
Probably
Exactly.
a guy bot.
That or someone he's paying to run a social media.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of it's a fallacy, and you have to at least be aware of that before you indulge in it.
I think it's important to note too that like the amount of money that's been put into social media and the research and everything that's been applied in order to keep us on our phone is a multi-million-dollar business to make us addicted to
And
our
it's
phone.
predatory in
And
a
it
way.
works. Like it very obviously works. Like, it's something you have to be aware of. Like, 'cause if you're not aware of it, you will fall into
You get
it.
sucked into it real quick.
How many times do you mention something and an ad pops up? You don't even type it in. You talk about it.
Yeah. It's very common.
I think Apple's actually getting a lawsuit about that.
But it's real.
Yeah, we're
It's
coming out,
happening,
people.
right?
Yeah.
It's definitely happening.
Absolutely. Yep, for sure.
But yeah, in conclusion, make the most out of what you have in the world in front of you and understand those are your most valuable relationships. Social media is a tool, but it is not mandatory, and it should not be a huge component of your life. It should be a part, should be an addition. And intrinsic motivation, intrinsic happiness is always priority to getting it from external sources. And I think it's important for people to understand that and realize that. And I think that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to, I mean, the way I see it is, who really cares what I'm doing every day?
All right, no.
I mean, what am I going to do? Post myself doing dumbbell curls? Oh, look at me, I'm doing the chest. And you watch it over and over and over with certain people, and it's like, this is the same thing over and over and over, And it's kind of monotonous, waste of time. I mean, unless I'm watching two midgets box, the rest of it's pointless. It's just like, what am I doing? I really don't care. You're doing the same pose you did yesterday. You look the same as yesterday.
That's the thing too, right there.
And it's like, okay, yes. Great. I mean, you're pretty famous, but take some time off and make that transition to where it's like, holy shit, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you 2 months ago, and now look at you now.
Yeah.
But when you post every single day, it's just like.
And there's a lot of them that do that,
yeah.
Especially locally. Like, I'm not gonna fucking say anybody's name, but like there are a lot of people that you see daily.
I think we all know who you're talking about.
Like there's just like, bro, like what, like. No.
Taylor.
It's like, how many times can you post the same picture in a week's time? Where it's like, bro, why you gotta do that?
Yeah, like one more point that reminded me of is like, especially for like younger kids getting into bodybuilding and stuff and that are on social media, like understand like it's okay to put some work in the shadows. It's okay to put some work in solitude. It's okay for people not to see everything you're doing. You're still living it. You have that forever. Cherish that. And when you're ready and you made some progress, put yourself out there a little bit. Pull back a little bit. Put yourself out there a little bit. Because I see a lot of kids that aren't even making money off this. They don't even have themselves built up yet. And they're addicted to it. Like everybody has to know what I'm doing all the time. And it's like, it's not necessary. You shouldn't feel like you need to do that.
The problem for me with it is it's so distracting. Like, I don't know how people get a good workout in when they're recording every
It is
set.
very
Like,
distracting.
so like today, for the very first time ever, I went through and recorded my top set of every exercise. First time I ever did that.
And I bet you messed up with your workout a little bit.
It definitely did.
Yeah, but there's a difference because like you never do that. That's what I'm saying. So when you do post it, it's like, okay, cool, look at this.
Yeah.
Look, okay, and then go back to 4 months ago. That's the last time you posted something. Yeah. I mean that's how it should be used, and not.
Yeah.
I actually
not on a
doing
daily
that
basis.
because I was doing it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, well, and a lot of the time I was actually having my stuff recorded so I could send it to the guy.
Right, and
like,
that's
my
different
program.
too. That's different too.
But that's still distracting though.
Oh,
Because-
like you guys said earlier, using your phone in general is distracting.
It is. Because then you're more worried about how you look on the video and what you're doing in the video than you are actually doing the set and putting 100% effort into the set and just going in and just working.
I guess the best thing you could do is if you have a training partner, hand them your phone. Just hand each other your phones and almost like you don't even have to say anything. Hey, grab a clip of this set.
Face full of shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Tried that
because Jim did that for me, and I haven't posted any of it yet.
I'll do it every time for you. You got because I agree. He's got to build himself up there.
Yeah, but I mean, I've never gotten a better workout with my phones involved. I'll put it that way.
My best workouts are when my phone is on the floor and I don't touch it.
Yeah, I keep it in my backpack
Yeah.
while I'm training.
The only time is, like you said, a song.
Yeah, if you have
A song.
music on. Like,
Yes. That's one thing. Because how often have you had that happen too where like you pick your phone up and you get a text message, either one makes you mad or it makes you sad.
it always makes me mad if it's during the
Yeah.
gym.
Like
People call you.
that's that my gym times. Why are you calling my phone? I'm at the gym usually around this time frame. Why are you calling me? Unless it's an absolute freaking emergency, don't call my phone between 4 and 7 o'clock.
Here's the best part. People that come to and we all see this now. People that come to the gym, they're barely working out. They're literally accomplishing bare minimum. but they got to make sure they snag a photo so you know they were there.
Absolutely.
Or record something.
You got to know they were there.
Yeah.
They're not doing what they're there to do,
Yeah.
but at least people know they're there.
And that's
You're
again
absolutely
where, again, it comes back to what you said, like, put some time in without,
Yes, it's okay to put some hard work in the shadows, man.
you will make more progress.
Yes, not everybody needs to see every waking move of your day.
Yeah.
And with that being said, that's a wrap for this episode of Iron Insights, episode 6, I believe. Episode 5, featuring Big Jim. We'll catch you next time.